Hey, we're live. We are direct. Gonna take you through a 15K close, the presentation, how the presentation worked out, like what got the prospect to jump on. This was a little mini pop-up workshop that I did, and it created the credibility for this deal to go through. So just going to share what happened on that presentation to make the prospect want to buy. Okay, so if you just hip onto here, and then we're going to go through what happened in the presentation. So in the first 2 minutes, it's establishing credibility, and the credibility here that we touched upon was a 17K sale, agreed in 36 hours. That was the credibility I shared in the first 2 minutes of the presentation. So people know they're in the right room. People know if they want to get this sort of result. So that's the first element of things right there, the credibility. Then after stepping into the credibility, the next part is, again, credibility. It makes people see, hey, look, okay, I'm in the right place. Something valuable to learn. There's a clear route to success. It builds excitement, that element of things. Then after that, it's good to let people know the conditions. So people who tend to succeed with the method have these traits, have like these different characteristics to them. So it's quite clear what are the things that are going to make people succeed. So this is what people experienced on the call. They knew, okay, look, 2 out of 5 people will buy from them if they are a true expert, if they have a red hot validated whiteboard offer. And so we're saying, look, this will only work if you get results, if you're able to perform. And so by laying out the conditions, it builds trust. You're seen as a leader, and people can qualify or disqualify themselves. People might say, hey, look, I qualify. Yes, I meet those conditions. Or some people might not meet those conditions. Both are good. Both are okay in that regard. So it's that element there. Then on the 15-minute mark, what I did is effectively show, look, people who take this program, people who invest in this program, they typically get ROI in month number 1. Like this prospect, this client got ROI broke even after 3 hours. And so it's like, look, there's a quick ROI if you are able to implement the system. So again, people see that there's a simple pathway. We're not talking about watching 65 Kajabi videos or funnels. There's a simple pathway that someone can really get results with if they follow the simple steps. So can we see that the whole element of simplicity here? And the more simple things are, the more people are able to think, okay, what is this method? Can I use this method? And things like this after. We don't just give a testimonial result. I like to give a testimonial in terms of what was the process? Where were they before? Where were they before? Then what are the steps? Step 1, step 2, step 3, laying out the steps they took to get the result. And so it's like if people are able to see the steps, the result, where they were before, then they can maybe picture whether this particular methodology can work for them. Again, it builds trust. It's a clear path to success. Now, here's an important element. It's what we call results in advance. Results in advance are absolutely key. Now, why are results in advance key? Well, results in advance are key because it builds trust faster. People don't have to imagine what it's going to be like working with you. They've started that process of working with you already. So that's why actually like doing a quick activity, whether that be a 5-minute activity, a 10-minute activity, a 3-minute activity, but doing some sort of activity goes a long way to show that you mean business, to show that you're not a civilian, and to show you're serious about getting results. So yeah, doing this quick activity is pretty powerful. So this is what I did with the lady who signed with me for 15K. But the powerful thing after that activity, what happens is that we have go back. Sorry, 1 second. Stop presentations for a quick malfunction there. So let me get the presentation back up. But after the presentation, what's important is to do what we call a temperature check. So we're doing a temperature check to actually get the idea validated in the marketplace. Let's go back to it now. So what we do is we actually get the idea validated in the marketplace. And how do we do that? Well, it gets validated because someone else in the room says, hey, look, that offer I would pay for. Hey, that offer. So in this case, we had someone tell the client that signed up with me. She said, hey, look, yeah, that offer, based on that, I would spend $10,000 on that offer. So when you get the validation in the room, then what happens is people become more convicted that this isn't just listening to testimonials, but it's something that's actually quite powerful. And then again, after around about the 60-minute mark, another activity. And then again, that activity gets validated. It gets validated by someone else. Someone else says, yeah, look, that's all systems go. That's a great idea. And then finally, it's going through what we call the experiential learning. So it's allowing people to have an experience. They can reflect on their observations, reflect on the experience, learn from the experience, and then plan how they can actually implement it. Like look at what they've learned and how they can implement what they've learned. So that's the very simple steps over there in terms of this methodology. And it's, yeah, getting people to have an experience of your work, showing that you can get results in advance, and then taking that from there. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to get a whiteboard presentation made, send me through a DM or write whiteboard below, and we will touch base. Have a blessed day, it's Jay.